Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Chicago Bears. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. Fielded about a yard deep. He'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Get that, lady! Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant! Watch the slant! 32! Under 10, under 10, 10, slant!
Now the fifth-year man from South Dakota State. This is Zach Zenner. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well. Because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
Now Stafford gets this to his running back, Zenner. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line. Before he's out of bounds.
13 yards on the play. That's another Detroit Lions first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A fourth-round pick in 2018, Chase Edmonds with a carry. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. This is the former Jet and Brown, Isaiah Crowell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They keep it with Crowell on first. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Stafford. He's going to go up top. Galladay's got it. And the Lions have a touchdown. Kenny Galladay with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Prater for the extra point. Nothing. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at the 20.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. Alert, alert. Alert, alert. Chopper, chopper.
Play action. It's Trubisky. He's going to take a shot right away. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Set. 180. Like 7. You must be dreaming. 58. Right over there. Right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58. Right there. Hey, Foxtrot. Foxtrot. 58, boys. 58. 58. White. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage and make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least 1 home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 2nd and 12, Trubisky, and this is going to be incomplete.
Trubisky's pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Hits his target, it's Taylor Gabriel. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Lions' 41-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch tight end. 3 down, 3 down. Out, 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 out. 49, check 49, check
Play action. Now Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Don't be scared of it. Watch the eye. Joker. Check third. Alert. Check. Fresno. Alert three.
They go play action with Trubisky. He sets to fire into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And a return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Pardon, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
59. Quit talking about it and bring it.
That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
That's good for a Lions.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. Touchdown, Detroit! Isaiah Crowell, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Switch. You go tight.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down.
Check that. We got Mike 52 right here. It's our time. It's our time. Tighten up.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
They run. This is Cohen. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Watch safety creep. Blue. Safety's creeping. Check three. Alert.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. Kill. Lock in.
They go play action. Trubisky. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Devon Kennard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Let's go. Blue. Bang.
Here's Trubisky. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. First down, a run with Cohen. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check. Watch twist. 18. Double up.
This is Cohen. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen as the first half is winding down. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Lady! Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Go, go, go.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Let's go, defense. Red, Mike 51. Mike 51. Bound to lose one. Hey, one. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. This is Gabriel out on the left side. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 3rd down, Trubisky gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a 1st down. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie. 51, Mike 51. Tackles.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
They begin with a run by Crowell. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Crowell. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Here's Bowden. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Christian Jones came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Trubisky will throw. On the right side, this is Miller. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Alert! 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 Hey, Alpha!
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Finding Gabriel, complete. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
And a key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3-and-out. On 1st down. It's Cohen. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. And that's caught for a Bear touchdown. It's the tight end, Trey Burton. Trey Burton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. And now the kick is... And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 30, 10, 5, and he dives into the end zone and gets the 2 points. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
I got you. I got
Go, go.
58's the mic. Go 58's the mic. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Look at him.
Throwing is Stafford. And he finds Danny Amendola. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. He's working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
50.
push him back. Push him back.
5.
58's the mic.
From the gun, here's Stafford. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
At the 44-yard line.
And 58 is the mic. Go
53. Ready.
58 right on.
Hey, wahoo.
58 right there. All right, T, let's go. All right, T.
Throwing again is Stafford. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 45-yard line. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Check 4.
Hey. Motion. 59.
They'll run on first down, Edmonds, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
I got 11. He's mine.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
Touchdown, Chicago.
This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's right.
Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Shift! Watch the shift!
'22.
Hey, check 24! Check 24!
On 2nd and 15 now. Stafford. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Akeem Hicks in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now he steps away, and he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Able to find a seam for 14 yards, but still now facing a 4th down after the scramble. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Check 31! Check 31!
Greystone, travel.
Check 15! Slam! Slam! Slam!
Zero.
They snap it to Stafford. And Amendola with a catch. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Hey, go get him, go get him, go get him.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Check hot route. Hot, hot. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
They try again with Cohen. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So that'll back them up 5. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker. A
little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the fourth quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for Chicago, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.